everybody out there in the bookverse, it's Stephanie, and today I'm back with another round of mini TBR Star Hop. I'm going to be playing it with my Patreons again, and it is just so much fun to do this with my Patreons, have our little group of friends getting together, reading as much as we can in 48 hours, trying to complete the game. I absolutely love it. So I am really excited to be able to jump into another round of this. It is almost time to start. We're going to start at 6 o'clock on Friday evening and end at 6 o'clock on Sunday evening. So we're not up till midnight Sunday night because I work Monday. I know a lot of my Patreons work Monday. So we're going to do it this way so that we can get the full 48 hours, hopefully, of reading time. I don't have anything planned for this weekend yet, so it should be a good time to get this reading in. I'm really excited. I'm going to do a lot of sprints with my Patreons, so we're going to be able to hang out, talk about books. I'm just really looking forward to this. I need this. I have had the worst reading month so far in August. I've finished one book, and it is past the middle of August. One book. It's terrible. I need this weekend so bad. I need it. So we're gonna jump in, play this game. If you haven't seen before, you can check out my playlist down below of the times that I have played this and my regular big game. But I'm gonna start sprints with my Patreons, and then we will jump into roll number 1. Okay, here we go with roll number 1. It's the same board as usual, so I'm reminding myself now that I actually don't want a 6, even though it sounds like a good number. It's not. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. This is the way I started my last one. This is not good. And back to the beginning. So we have hit the black hole, wormhole, whatever you want to call it for this game, in our very first roll. So it's not a good way to start. Okay, not our greatest start, but I actually had not updated this wheel since the last time that we played, so I had to go in and actually update all the books on there for the books I'm supposed to be reading this month. I put some books that I need to read for buddy reads, plus books that were on my TBR Star Hop, and then a couple extras. So let's see what we get. We're gonna record. I'm actually super nervous about this. I am really nervous because Speaking Bones is so long and it's on this list. Oh, this could end really badly for me. Okay, here we go. Please no, please no, please no. Good vibes. No, 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 no. Oh my gosh. Not great, but much more doable. Okay, so we have The Return of the King by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is the third and final book in the Lord of the Rings series. If you don't know, I am rereading this series in preparation for the new Lord of the Rings movie that is coming out. Well, not movie, sorry. Lord of the Rings TV show on Amazon Prime that is coming out in September. It's actually not really like a Lord of the Rings. It's just set within the same world. But this book is a little bit shorter than it looks because this much is appendices. The appendix is this part, right? And then this part is the actual book. So it's still pretty long. This book still is decently long to read. I think we start on page, it's 730, and then it goes to 1008. So it is around 300 pages, but I feel like this reads slower than a 300-page book when I've read the books in the past. I think, wasn't Fellowship of the Ring on as well? I think Fellowship was on for one of these as well. Or maybe it was The Hobbit. It could have been one of the two. But a Lord of the Rings book has been on this TBR Star Hop before, and I know that it takes longer than I think it's going to. So I'm still really excited to get into this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun because I absolutely love this series. But yeah, this is my pick. Okay. Well, we did it. We finished book 1, The Return of the King. I absolutely love this book. I think it is phenomenal. It's so good. I just feel like it's epic and I can't talk right now because it's 4 a.m, but it's so good. I absolutely love this book. The characters are great. It's so exciting. I feel like you're just really drawn into all these conflicts that are happening, and I was so invested, even though I already knew it was going to happen. And just the way it was narrated by Andy Serkis gives you like that feeling in your chest, you know, when it's just something so emotional and awesome is happening. I can't even describe it, but it's so amazing, and I absolutely adore this book so much. I just want to reread the series now, and I just finished it. That's how good this series is. I feel like there's some things in here that I didn't necessarily remember from the first time I read it, which is fair enough because I read it in elementary school. So it was quite a while ago. But yeah, there's so many little details that are mentioned that I just loved how much was woven in here, how much of a real world it felt like it was. There's just so much added in. And I think a lot of the times when he talks about the history of the world or the lore or those things, kind of just throwing it out there like you would know what it was makes it feel more real as well. Because I think that's kind of how things would happen in this world. They would all understand it and all know it, and so it wouldn't need explanation for everything, which I actually have come to really appreciate this time around reading through it. But yeah, I think this is so good. I think it has such an amazing ending, and it makes me just want to rewatch the movie so bad. So I'm probably going to be doing that because I know that TV show is coming out, and I am really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be amazing. But now we can go ahead and jump into roll number 2. We're back at the beginning. I don't know how this happened to me twice in a row. 2 times. This is the second readathon in a row that I've hit that black hole on my first roll. And I think I hit it again the next time I went through when we played this last time. So why don't we roll and see what our next roll is going to be, or next prompt's going to be. Well, can't talk. And maybe I'll pick out a book before I go to bed. Maybe. Okay, here we go with roll number 2. Feels like roll number 1. Let's do this. See what we get. 5. That is a beautiful roll, and I'm so happy. A moon prompt. Woohoo. Okay, let's go see what we get. Okay, we're gonna do a moon prompt. I'm feeling like it should be okay. I mean, there's only one prompt on here that I definitely don't want, and that is greater than 400 pages. So as long as we don't get that one, I feel like we're gonna be doing okay. I can make everything else work. So, here we go. Come on. Yes! Yes! Oh, I am so happy about this. It's free pick. It's free pick. Oh man, I am really happy about this. I don't think you realize how excited I am to get free pick. I know I still have quite a bit of time, but I think I'm gonna pick an easy one that I can bust through. I kind of want to get 2 done before I go to bed, and I think I can do it, and I already know what I'm going to pick. I don't even think I need to pick options, so I will be right back. Awfully red there before it focused on my face, but I am going to go with Lore Olympus Volume 2. I think I need a one that's I'm going to get through quickly. I think I can do it in less than an hour. I mean, it's just a little bit before 4. So if I could get this done by like just after 4, I could have 2 books done and do my next roll so I kind of know what to expect before going to bed. I feel like that's insane, but I think I'm gonna do it. I have some Mountain Dew over here to help me stay awake, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna do another one. Ooh, this sounds crazy. I don't know how well this is gonna go, but it's happening. I'll come back and chat with you guys after I finish this. Okay, so I finished it. I finished Lore Olympus Volume 2. This did not take that long to read, about half an hour, super quick to get through. I do really like the color scheme. It kind of is like this throughout the book. I'll show you a little bit That's like not super spoilery. I don't know. I do like the art style in this actually quite a bit. I like how the colors are used. They're quite vibrant, and I really enjoy that a lot. I am gonna say that a lot of this is about like the age difference between Persephone and Hades, and I found it a lot, which I feel like is actually something that's very popular in fantasy romance, is this extreme age differences, particularly the teenage girl and this very ancient immortal being. In this case, we have Hades, who is 2,000 plus years old. We'll just say 2,000. We'll be on the conservative side here. And then we have Persephone, who is 19 years old. Now, I did some math on this, and yes, apparently I can do math at 4:30 in the morning. And I was just like, it seemed a little excessive to me. So I was thinking of like, okay, what's an age difference that would seem like a pretty large one to people in our society? So I was thinking like a 30-year-old dating a 50-year-old, right? That seems like a pretty big age gap here. And in that case, the 30-year-old still has 60% of the life experience of the 50-year-old. So it's still a difference, right? 20 years, that seems like a lot. But still, like, there's a 60%. It's a decent amount. This age difference here, she has 0.1% of the life experience years as him. And that just seems a little crazy to me. I mean, 0.1%? Whew. That's just crazy. You couldn't even make a comparison to like our world ages because you couldn't go that young, right? Like 100-year-old would have to be dating an infant in order to make this comparison. It just doesn't work. So I don't know. It just felt a little bit off to me. And I know that they tried to kind of play her up as being very intelligent and very accomplished and stuff. But I don't think the fact that she can beat him at chess puts him on like even playing fields there. I don't know. It just seemed a little bit excessive. But then again, I've never really been a huge fan of these like 1,000-year age gaps, just because I feel like a 19-year-old is very young to compare to someone who has had so much more life experience, especially when that person is like, I don't know, king of the underworld, right? I just feel like I found that a little bit excessive to me. I guess I'm a little bit more on the okay side if the person is like less than 100, maybe. I don't know. It was still fine. I think it kind of tried to address it in a way. And I don't think it would be as weird if they didn't make such a big deal about it. If they just kind of skated over it, I might be able to skate over it a little bit too and just be like, okay, we're just going to forget about that. But gosh, I mean, they have a 2,000-year age difference. It's a lot. Anyways, let's go ahead and do one more roll before I go to bed. I can pick out my next book so I can be a little bit more prepared. Fingers crossed that we get past that first black hole and we can move on a little bit. I'll feel a lot more comfortable going to bed after that. So let's jump into the next roll. Okay, here we go with roll number 3. I don't want a 1 or a 6. I don't want a 1. I don't want a 6. I would be most pleased with a 5. Like, doesn't this look like a happy little star to land on? That's what I want. That's what I'm going for here, guys. Let's see what we can get. A 5! Ooh! Oh, I'm so happy. Just move you up into that happy little spot right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look at this. Sitting on a star. I am actually relatively close to being able to finish. This is good. Oh, I am so happy. This is a good thing to happen right before I go to bed. Yes, this is the best roll we could have gotten. I feel like I manifested that by saying, like, emphasizing where I wanted to land. It was like sending all the good vibes into that dice, and I am really excited about this. Okay, so So I am going to record my spin. We are going to do star prompts, which I like because there is no big book prompt on here. So I feel like anything on here I would be okay with at this point. There aren't any on here that I feel like I absolutely need to avoid. So let's go ahead and spin. Okay. I do like this prompt. So I need to find myself a short book, a book that is less than 300 pages. This is kind of the perfect prompt. I'm feeling a lot more confident about it, and I think this will be good. I'm going to go and I'm going to find a book that is less than 300 pages. I'm actually going to bring a selection because I'm not quite sure exactly what I want. So I will be back. Okay, so I have a few options to choose from. I have the Pawn of Prophecy, or Pawn of Prophecy, I guess. Doesn't have a the. This is kind of a bind up of 3 books. So the first one is only 192 pages, so that definitely fits. I also have The Sandman by Neil Gaiman. I really want to reread this and keep going with the series because I did really love it when I first read it. I absolutely adored this. Plus the new Sandman movie is out on Netflix and I want to reread this before I jump into that. I'm not sure how many volumes I need to read before watching the show, but I'm going to look that up. And then I have A Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. I've heard really, really good things about this. It sounds like a very creepy fairy tale-esque book, and I love that. And this one is, how many pages? It's short. It's like 243. So short. I also have The Past is Red. This is a sci-fi novella, kind of a dystopian, I think, but it's like 150 pages. So that is definitely a possibility. And I have the 3rd novella within the Skyward novella series. It's Evershore, so that's the last one I have left. And it starts on page 370 and goes to page, there's like extras at the end here, 579. So it's 209 pages. I did get this at the Barnes & Noble 50% off hardcover sale. Really happy about that. And I did see other books within the Skyward series there 50% off as well. I don't know what all ones were in there, but I think at least I saw Cytonic, if I remember right. So if you want to go check those out. But yeah, these are the books I have as options. I think I might save this one in case the graphic novel prompt comes up because I don't have any other graphic novels that I really want to read this month. So that might be nice to save. And neither of the, honestly, these sound so good, especially Nettle and Bone. I feel like it just sounds like such a good creepy vibe, but I might save it just because it's not really on my list. And I feel like I'm doing pretty decent now that I have moved past that first black hole. So I'm between these two at this point. And I think I'm actually going to go with Evershore because this will kind of be completing a series for me. So I'll be completely caught up on all the Skyward books, which I haven't completed a series in a while. I have so many ongoing series. So I feel like I kind of need this to make myself feel better about my series situation. Plus, it's fairly short, 200 pages. That's doable. And yeah, I think this is the way we're going to go. We are going to go with Evershore. I'm excited. I really don't know what to expect from this one. I know it's from Jorgen's POV, which I think should be interesting. I really like him as a character, and I'm intrigued, especially after what happened at the end of the last novella. Getting it from Jorgen's POV is going to be interesting. So yeah, here we go. This is what it's going to be. I'm excited. I will be starting that tomorrow, though, because it's late, I'm exhausted, and I need to go to bed. Hello, good morning. It's now the next morning. Okay, so apparently I can't do math at 4:30 in the morning. Holy cow. The math in that clip was just not mathing. So the age difference here. When you look at this age difference, he's about 2000 and she is 19. We're gonna round her up to 20 because it makes the math really nice and easy, or you'd think it would be nice and easy, but apparently 4:30 a.m. me did not think so. So she has about 1% the life experience that he does. I woke up first thing this morning and that was seriously the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh my goodness, that math was so off and so terrible. So I had to come and correct it. So good morning. I woke up earlier than I was anticipating this morning. I don't have sprints until noon with my Patreons because I figured I would sleep in if I was staying up till 4 in the morning. Apparently I didn't do that. It was not by choice. My body just decided to wake up, so I thought I would just keep reading. So I have finished Evershore by Brandon Sanderson and Jancy Patterson. I'm pretty sure I said Peterson in one of my other videos, so very sorry about that. I have now finished that, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought for a novella, it kind of dove into some deeper topics and some very emotional things in here. I really liked getting Jorgen's perspective. I thought he was very kind of different than I was expecting, honestly, but it might be a little bit because it was written quite a bit by Jancy Patterson, so that might have a little bit of a voice, coming in there that I wasn't expecting from him. But overall, I really enjoyed the story. I liked the different characters that we got introduced to, kind of different twists that were coming in, and I'm really hoping to kind of get more into this universe, figure out all the stuff that's going on here. Yeah. So this was fun. This is a good time. I don't have a whole ton to say about it because, again, it is in the middle of a series, and if I talk too much about it, it's going to be spoilers. But it was a fun time. It was a fairly quick read. It was only 200 pages long, so I think it took me just a little bit over 2 hours to read, which, yes, unfortunately, I have been up that long. And it's only 11 o'clock. I would usually wait to roll for my Patreons, but I still have an hour of reading, and I'm feeling in that reading mode. So I'm going to do another roll because if I hit that black hole, I would like to know now. I would like to be prepared for that. So let's go ahead and jump into our next roll. Okay, so here we are in roll number 4, I believe. Anything but a 1, I'm gonna be okay with. So let's go ahead and see what we get. 6, no way. We're done. That's insane. That's totally crazy. Okay, I guess we're done. We've reached the end. Whew, okay, nice. This is a free pick and I will go get some options. I might wait and choose with my Patreons, actually. We'll see. I feel like I was a little bit in shock after we rolled a 6. I didn't really expect that. I am just not used to the game being nice to me ever. So anytime that I get something good, I'm like, no, it's tricking me or something. But we've now finished the game and the last spot is a free pick. So I get to pick whatever I want. I have some options here and I'm going to go through them with you guys. So I have The Belgariad by David Eddings. I am actually only going to read the first book in this, which is The Pawn of Prophecy. So this is pretty short, just under 200 pages. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. This is the end of the first book. So that is all that I would be reading because that's all that's on my TBR for this month. So that is one option. It is one of the 2 buddy reads that I'm reading with my Patreons this month. I unfortunately jumped the gun and told him it was The Book of Night. So we are also going to be reading Book of Night by Holly Black because all the votes hadn't finished coming in. I thought that Book of Night had it in the bag, but no. The Pawn of Prophecy came in for the win late. So both of these are now on my TBR because I announced Book of Night and then Pawn of Prophecy won. So I'm not mad about it. I want to read them both. So Book of Night is also on this list. Adult fantasy, first adult fantasy that Holly Black has written. And I believe this is urban fantasy, but I'm not positive. Has shadow magic, sounds really cool. This is the, I think this is the Fairy Loot special edition. Yes. So I really like the gold Next option, we have Foundry Side, which I am dying to read. I am so beyond excited for this book. This is my channel buddy read for the month of August. I haven't read it yet, but even if I don't read it today, I am definitely going to be reading it this week because I am so beyond excited for it. Look at that cover. It's just stunning. I have heard that if you like Mistborn, you're probably really going to love this, and I have loved Robert Jackson Bennett's writing in the past, so really looking forward to that. I also have Alloy of Law on here because I do want to reread the Mistborn Era 2 books before the final book comes out in November because I'm going to the conference and I want a refresher. I really enjoy these books. I like the banter. I like the pacing. I think they're super easy to get through. I think I read this book in a day last time, so this one could easily be added on there. I also have the option of Speaking Bones if I really want to challenge myself to have a thick book to finish this out. I am about 100 pages into it already, so not very much because this is over 1,000 pages long. How many pages exactly? Let me look. 1,047. So I still have closing in on 1,000 pages left to read in this book. So this one could go on there if I really want a book that's gonna push me probably till about the end of this readathon to be able to get it done. That is an option. And then I also have The Sandman by Neil Gaiman. If I want to do this and then try to do the entire board again, this could be an option. I'm not leaning towards that, but it is a possibility. And I think I'm actually going to let my Patreons decide which way I go with this. I'm not quite sure what I want to do. I'm gonna kind of wait until I do my sprints. In about an hour, they should be starting, and then I am going to see what they think. I am really excited about all these books. I wouldn't be sad about them picking any of them on here. I'm kind of leaning towards Speaking Bones just because I feel like it'll give me a challenge and really push me, and I'll really need to like crack down on my reading and read a ton because I still have so much left to read in that book, but I think I could do it. I don't know. We'll see what they decide. I'm not gonna be mad either way because I'm so excited for all these, but yeah, I'm probably gonna go make myself a little bit of breakfast and maybe some coffee because apparently I didn't sleep last night, and I'll let you guys know what they decide. Okay, so after consulting with my Patreons, they were torn between two. They had two that they were thinking either Speaking Bones or The Sandman, and the one that ended up winning is Speaking Bones. So I'm going to be trying to read about 1,000 pages within the next 2 days. So I have until 6 o'clock on the evening of Sunday. So it's now about noon, 12:30 Saturday, and I have till 6 o'clock Sunday. I have to read so much in that time. This is a chunky book, and I'm pretty much trying to read it in a day and a couple hours. So wish me luck. I can do it. We'll just see if I do it. So like even focusing, I don't even know. I can't tell. I'm too tired. It's about 4 in the morning and I have read a good chunk of this. I am that far into it now. So I'm on page 660. That means I have like I have less than 400 pages to read left in this book. But it's 4 in the morning. I feel like I need to go to bed, but also I have so much left to read. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it tomorrow if I don't keep going. This might not have been my best choice. Also, it was 4 in the morning and I can hear like these guys outside just being loud and obnoxious. And I'm very much wondering what they are doing at 4 in the morning. I mean, I'm still awake, but I'm kind of being calm and quiet in my house. Like, what are they doing out there? Anyways, I'm really enjoying this. I'm very invested. I feel like I could stay up and keep reading, but I also feel like I'm starting to get that point in the morning where I'm a little bit nauseous, where I'm up a little bit late and not feeling so great. So I probably should go to bed, but I really want to finish. I don't want to lose because I picked such a long book and thought I could do more than I actually can do. You know what? I think I'm probably just gonna go to bed. I'll wake up a little bit extra early. I have sprints tomorrow with my Patreons at 11. I'm gonna do 11 to 1 and then from 3 to 6 and then we'll end at 6. I think hopefully I should be able to finish it. I mean, it's getting really exciting. We're getting towards the end. I feel like there are some big things that have happened in here that I figured would be closer to the end that have already happened. So that's kind of crazy. There's just really big events happening here and there, and it's just kind of spread out through it. And it's not necessarily build-ups to these events. Like, you'll have these little insertions of slow times where they were figuring out what they needed to do in order to accomplish these things. So I don't really feel like there's much of a build-up to these exciting events. In all reality, it's a lot slower, and all of these big things that are happening are kind of a little bit more calm, if that makes sense. It doesn't, I doesn't feel like the big excitement leading up to this climactic event. I'm assuming there's going to be a really big climactic event towards the end, though, which probably will have some buildup, but we'll see. So yeah, I am enjoying it. I am liking it, but I definitely need to get some sleep. I really want to finish, though. I don't want to fail. Oh, the board was so nice to me. If I fail now, that's just embarrassing. But I think I'm going to get some sleep. I might just sleep on the couch because I don't really want to go and wake my husband up at 4 a.m. because I'm probably going to wake up at 9 in order to keep reading again. But we'll see. I might not be able to wake up that early, and my body might just shut me down and reject that. Ooh, we shall see. Good morning. It is now 10 minutes to 11, so we're going to be starting sprints in 10 minutes. I did wake up a little bit earlier to read a little bit this morning as well. I'm making good progress. I think I'm actually going to be able to finish today, which sounds crazy. I am on page 763, so I have less than 300 pages left to read, and I'm okay. I have about 7 hours left, so I should definitely be able to finish this before this is over. I am so tired. I did not want to wake up this morning. My body just felt so heavy. I was just kind of sprawled on the bed, kind of mad at myself for deciding to give myself this challenge in this readathon. I brought this upon myself. I am well aware, but you know what? It's okay. I am going to do this. I'm going to be successful. It's going to feel great. And then I am going to sleep. Whew, I am so excited for it. I don't know if I'm going to update you again before I finish. I might not, but we shall see. This has been a very different readathon, and it's been really fun. So let's see if I can actually do it. I think I can. I mean, 300 pages seems like a lot, but I think I can do it. I will let you guys know. Okay, here I am with my final clip from my 48-hour mini Star Hop readathon. This has been a very different readathon than the other ones, but let's talk about my books that I read. In case you were wondering, I did manage to finish Speaking Bones by Ken Liu. I finished it with about an hour and a half to spare, which I felt really good about, honestly. This is a 1,000-page book, and I read it. It's 1,047 pages, and I read it during a 48-hour readathon. It wasn't even the only book I read. I feel very, very accomplished, very excited about this. So let me show you my stack of books that I read. Okay, we have our stacks. So we have The Return of the King by J.R.R. Tolkien for the Wormhole book, because we landed on the very first spin again. Lore Olympus Volume 2 by Rachel Smythe. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. This was for a free pick. Then we had Evershore by Bryn Sanderson and Jancy Patterson, which was for a book under 300 pages. And then Speaking Bones by Ken Liu, which was my final spot for a free pick. So it was a decent stack. I feel like it doesn't look as big as the stack did when I read 10 books, but a 1,000-page book definitely adds up. That took up so much time, and I'm really excited about how this readathon went. I feel like picking a really long book to finish it out really challenged me, and it made me kind of push myself to read a really long book in a very short amount of time. I mean, I read it in just a little bit over a day, and I've never read a book quite that long that quickly. So now I know I can do it. And also I've been in a long book slump. I have just kind of been avoiding the long fantasies. And when I do read them, I feel like I almost need to, it takes me a really long time. So it's kind of nice to have knocked out a really long fantasy and just kind of bring me more into that zone, I guess. Sorry, I'm really, really tired. I got like 4 hours of sleep last night, so my brain isn't working quite as well as it maybe should be. I've been in a little bit of a chunky fantasy slump, which I still am a little bit. I feel like I probably will come out of it a little more as we go into the colder months, because I feel like the fall and winter kind of gives me the fantasy vibe, so I'm probably going to read more of those then, hopefully. But for the rest of the month, books I have are a little bit shorter. But yeah, this was a really fun readathon. I got in a lot of sprints with my Patreons, and overall, I had a great time. I am actually more proud of myself about this readathon than a lot of them because of some of the books. Like, I mean, this is actually kind of a lot to read. It looks like it's not that long, but it actually takes a decent amount of time. So yeah, made it through another round of a 48-hour readathon, and now instead of having read 1 book in August, I have now read 5 books in August, so we're doing better. I was actually also able to start another book. I started Pawn of Prophecy. This is one of the 2 buddy reads that I have for my Patreons, so I am about 50 pages into that. I started that during our last sprints that we did. So a lot of reading has been done. I have relatively shorter, more manageable books for the rest of the month. This is a great weekend. I needed it. I really needed this readathon. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, hit the subscribe button down below, bell icon, so you'll be notified when I post new content, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.